such an asshole.
I'm getting tired of these requests, and it happens to Rich Cooper mentioned it, but it's a phenomenon where I'm being short here and generalizing. It may not be the individual case here, but it has all the makings and the markings of a guy who has nothing going on in his life. Now, this guy does have a successful career as a CPA, but they have no core to themselves. And they get so desperate for a girl to fill that void that they will tolerate, and in this case, not an abusive relationship, but I've seen it where it's abusive. I don't mean that in a physical sense, but the girl's just vile and evil. Well, Chad went this through Cuddle Wookums. I imagine it was the same thing. Chad, this guy's a CPA. You have frontline experience on this. So it's not that I hate the guy, but dude, I am so sick and tired of you fucking pussies out there where you're not going to put the effort into having a life. You're cowardly and afraid of living a life without women, and then you tolerate women that are just outright evil and horrible, vile people that you should want to have nothing to do with at all, or people that are not compatible. Guys, you all need to start accepting reality. You all need in every case that reality is telling you what it is, and you are so afraid and weak that you cannot accept that reality, and you try to have it both ways, have your cake and eat it too, and that you think that there's something wrong with me. I mean, that's the thing. Look, either there's something wrong with the girl, or it's just not compatible, or there's something wrong with you. And then you guys go through this mental torture of self-diagnosis of what could possibly be wrong with me, when in reality, it's one of two things. She's evil and vile and just wrong for everyone. Or you know what? You're two perfectly fine people. It just ain't going to work out. I mean, can't you rub one out? Can't you just go get a life? Can't you just So let's go through this again. Let's go through this standard repeat. Cappy, I got a great girl. She's this and she's that and she's that and she's this. And I got been wondering if I should stick with her. P.S. By the way, she beats me daily, has 3 other people's kids. She's getting fucked by Tyrone down the street, and she's a Marxist. But yeah, she's really a good person. It's one of those. I'm tired of answering them, but I'll take your money, right? It makes for a good show. This is entertaining for all of us, right? Young people learn. I don't know, the old videos I've done, I don't know what I titled them. You know, maybe they're lost in the grand archives of the Cappy Cap videos. Maybe it's good to have a refresher. You know, pastors repeat the same sermons every once in a while, especially if there's a new congregation, right? So let's go over it again. I'm gonna take my $55. I'm gonna go buy Black Myth Wukong with it. Hi, Cappy. Older viewer, 10 plus years ago, first time client. Well, then you should fucking know. I need a sanity check on my relationship. I'm a white male. Oh, how dare you, sir? Upper 20s, CPA in a 2-year relationship. A very beautiful girl who's surprisingly 31 years old. Hang on. I got to look this up. Is that a real thing? This doesn't sound like a real thing. Hang on, let me look up salaries. Hank, just let me bear with me. I want to know if this is a real thing. Oh. Well, that's a wide range. I don't know if this is a bullshit job or if she actually has a degree in that thing. I don't know. So, okay, well, we'll just leave that as unknown. Loves doing all my hobbies. Will probably do anything to be with me. I struck it big. She was born and raised in a certain place. Her young parents have only lived in the U.S. since grad school. She's from a foreign country, or ethnically she's foreign. Here's the problem. I think I might be mentally checked out of this relationship, burnt out. It's been rough for many months. Why is it rough? Why is it rough? She's the greatest thing ever. Then why is it rough? I was going through some bad times and all that, and I had girls that one or well, a couple actually that didn't make it rough. They made it easier. Why is it rough? I think due to incompatibility. It's been rough for many months. I think due to incompatibility, to name a majority, frequent bickering and arguing. Don't often see eye to eye. Off. I'm done. Like you don't art here. Let me pass a concept on to you going forward, and pass a concept on to everybody else. I don't tolerate crying in my relationships. I don't, and I don't tolerate arguing. And the reason why is that, look, I am not doing anything. You guys, it requires a lot of intellectual honesty. It requires ethics and honor. This is why it's important to be an honorable person. But if you were doing the right thing and you're doing it logically and ethically, right? You're right. That's it. End of fucking discussion. Lady, you're either on board and following me or not. And I hate to be so lead follow in kind of a ballroom dance type of dynamic, but no relationship can survive it otherwise. I'm not going to negotiate or argue about big things, and certainly not little things. You're going to assume I know what I'm doing. Okay. It's a great, and this could work the other way. The woman could lead. I don't give a fuck who leads or follows. One leads, one follows. And there is no fucking arguing, no insubordination. You understand the concept I'm talking about here? To avoid arguing in childish discussions. And that's what arguing is. If it's over petty, stupid shit, right? Which is usually when the girls bring up petty, stupid shit. I just feel, well, fuck your feelings. We don't have the money, period. End of discussion. Your life is too short to be arguing and bickering over anything. Now, if you were a drug addict, this is where the honor comes in, or a thief, or a Democrat, then she has every right to bitch and whine about you. But if you're one of those things, you probably shouldn't be in a relationship. I'm just going to assume Mr. CPA man's got his shit together. The arguing is about petty fucking bullshit that is emotional, and she just will not shut the fuck up about the petty fucking bullshit. Is going to argue because her life isn't perfectly perfect. I don't know. I'm not there to referee it, but just having dated a fair amount of women in my life, I'm just like, why did I argue? Why did I give her credence? Why did I assume, no, I have to work? No, there's not enough money. Period. Full stop. Black and white. Them's the fact. Jack. Now you're either going to support me and get the fuck out of here. So I can't imagine what bickering there is, but it ain't about anything important. And the fact there's arguing means there is no respect there. You're going to have to negotiate. I don't know. I'm not against important decisions, taking consideration of other people, but Jesus Christ, just to function. And I got to argue about, well, I like the blue shit. I don't mind. Well, why you? I do not have time for adult children. No. She needs more quality time, and I need more alone time. Why does she need more quality? What quality? What? I thought she was great. I thought she was wonderful. Bad communication about expectations. Fixable? Right? No, I'm gonna call it out. I think she's a pampered princess. I think mom and dad came from the home country, appreciated America, busted their fucking ass off, made a shit ton of money, and she's a suburbanite princess. How is this not handled in 2 years' time? I think she has all the love languages, and I probably have none. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? See, now you're starting to get into amorphous bullshit. This is what happened. I'm sorry I'm generalizing. Admittedly, this is not true of all people. Women don't argue, they emote. It's all emotions and how I feel. This is why it's so frustrating arguing with them. This is why I don't argue with women. I got to deal with reality, not the transitory whims of her feelings and emotions at any given time that changes as frequently as the weather. I got to deal with reality. And motherfucking God Almighty on a stick, I am going to have peace in my fucking household. I'm not coming home. You got busy season. I'm not coming home after an 80-hour work week at Deloitte and Douche and it got some I feel shut the fuck up. And dare I say, if I'm busting my ass off 80 hours a week, "Oh, aren't you happy? Where's the my God, honey, you're home." And she's got the fucking raincoat on with the heels and the lingerie outfit, and there's a fucking meal. "Oh my God, Aaron, did you see?" "Yes, I did. Yes, I did." Now we all got choice. I'm not ladies, I'm not saying you have to do that by no stretch of the imagination. You have choice. You can sit there and dump your fucking petty, "I want a puppy. You can be a pain in the ass, or you could be the fuel in his fire. Which one? And I know which one I'm going to insist on because it's better being alone. What is a fucking what? Dude, that just tells me you're trying to apply logic to some bullshit. More tension in the air than I would like. Wait a minute, I'm confused. A beautiful girl who's surprisingly 31 years old, a thing, does all my hobbies, will probably do anything with me. I struck it big. She'll do anything with you except give you peace. Why is there you stop fucking lying, you pussy addicted liar. Anticipating her being upset. Oh, so you're walking on eggshells. See, like there's so much you ain't telling me, man. She probably blows up at the pettiest little shit. I will need to lie about being her religion to marry her and appease her parents. Oh, that's a great thing. How wrong are we on? God, you listen to me 10 years? You listen to Jimmy, but you don't hear Jimmy. You've listened to me for 10 years. We're all telling you, you don't get married in this you don't get married. You have kids, you can have a family, you don't get married. But not only are you gonna get married, you're gonna lie about your religion to appease her parents? Considering this ever since fully realizing the situation. We are halfway through your list. I'm gonna tell you now to fucking break up with I mean, you do what you want. If you wanna play, try to argue logically with an emotional child, fine, you have fun with that, and lie about my religion to get married, and, "Oh, yeah, this is just gonna be fucking great. This is just gonna be great." You can do it, sure. I'm gonna tell you to end this now. Quit being a fucking pussy, and don't ever fucking lie to me or anyone else ever again. "Yeah, she's really great. Really amazing. She only crushed my nuts with a sledgehammer once. She only caught 3 STDs from Tyrone and Chad. But, she likes my hobbies." She may or may not have an inability to relax. That's a her problem. Sorry, and I'll be here's where I will be sympathetic. Yeah, some girls have, some people, all people have, might have a mental issue. It's not your responsibility. It's not your fault. It's not your problem to fix. She does not like when a hobby or interest gets more attention than her. I thought you said, do I have to reread what you just fucking said in the first paragraph, asshole? She loves my hobbies. We'll do it all the time, except she won't. So she's insecure. She's jealous. This sounds like a royal fucking pain. This sounds like a spoiled suburbanite princess. It just sounds like a horrible person. I know there's incompatibility. Dude, I am not dealing with a jealous, petty woman. I'm not dealing with a jealous, petty human. The fuck is wrong with you? How good is that pussy? Fuck. She's stressed about the plan for the day, but I prefer yeah, I don't have now, I don't know what it is with women. They are more neurotic. There's psychological research. Running into women, though, I haven't seen that. I've seen bits and pieces of it here and there. So maybe the research, oh, they're higher in neuroticism or what. I could see it every once in a while. There's been a couple times where the girlfriend is like a little, and I'm like, dude, fucking knock it off. Knock, it's not my knock it off. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I am right. There's a little bit of beaker in them everywhere. You knock that shit off. That also may be due. I'm not making this. Go look it up, the research and all that. Yeah, she's like 31. And maybe that she doesn't have kids and now her biology is kicking in. I mean, not necessarily her fault. Well, I'm not tolerating that. I guess you get your fucking emotions under check. This whole premise that you gotta the guys just gotta fucking make these women's lives perfect. She's neurotic and a pain in the ass, gets anxious about the day. That's not your problem. She's got a bunch of other kids and she needs someone to help her out financially, not your fucking problem. The shit you guys do just to get pussy. Holy fucking shit. Um, she's stressed about a plan for the day, but I prefer to be easygoing on my days off. Can't talk about dinner plans without tension. Oh, fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. No. 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 Dinner plans? Here's dinner plans. Make whatever you want. Tell me what time it is. Make whatever you want. That's it. There it is. Dude, the granular level, and this is, of course, not all women, but sometimes the granular level women wanna go through and sift and organize grains of sand. Like, I've said it before, I'm not involved in anyone's decision process. I don't make decision I mean, like, if it's something, important or, okay, yeah, we gotta talk about it. But, yeah, with gals, I'm like, "No, make the decision. I'm not do not." Here's another thing you men might wanna consider. You got this you breathe, right? As a living being, we all need oxygen, right? As also mental beings, your brain needs stimulation. I was gonna say oxygen, but stimulation is really what it is. Ladies, you wanna keep a guy, don't drag us through your fucking petty, microscopic, minute, irrelevant analyses on whatever. Be fun, be flirtatious, be sparring. Laugh at our jokes. That's it. That's your job, ladies. There you go. No guy gives a fuck about what petty fucking bullshit happened to you at work that isn't relevant. Now, if something happened, like you got abused or you got fired, okay, that's important. No guy cares about your decision process about petty fucking things. You want to turn a guy? Now she ain't listening because she ain't. But yeah, that is because the alternative is a life of hell where men are held captive to women's born. You should be fun and flirtatious. It should be a dance between a man and a woman. All right. It should be playful and joking. The girl should hit you in your chest with the back of her hand because you said something sexy and untoward, but she liked it, but you couldn't admit it in public. All right. Getting dragged down where well, what kind of dinner? We have to sit down dinner plan. No, she's a control freak. No, fuck it. Goodbye. How many fucking goodbyes do you need on this list here? I'm just so you know, it's not like there's a solution. There's not like this. Let's sit down and talk about it. And sweetheart, you need to stop doing it. They don't. You just like if you don't stop doing it, I will leave. That's about it. I don't believe in negotiations or anything I don't believe in therapy or couples. It's like you will knock this fucking shit off or I'm gone. Period. Full stop. Or and if you don't, I've like, yeah, because I've already lost the attraction. I'm out of here. But yeah, that just to warn you boys, yeah, that will happen. There's the fun honeymoon period, and there's two type of gals: gals that continue the fun honeymoon period, or girls that say, um, do you want peas with your dinner? No, and that's fine. No, I don't want peas. Don't make the peas. Why not? Oh fuck! Ask Atham. Are you hungry? No. Why aren't you hungry? Fuck you and goodbye. Fuck you, Hitler. You're dating Hitler. Hitler, what do you want for dinner? Do you want peas with your meat or not? That's a control. I'm no therapist, right? But then most therapists aren't therapists because I mean, I know they're therapists, but y'all ain't solving anyone's mental crises. Everyone's mental health is getting worse. So you're like economists. You're all failing at your job. Go fuck yourselves. It would seem to me a girl that is going to hold you hostage and force you to have mundane conversations about petty variables in every aspect of life. Oh my I got my girlfriend trained pretty well. She'll be talking. She's like, "Oh," and she picks up. I go, oh, you're bored and not paying attention. I'm like, yep. Okay, sorry. I'm like, there you go. I am heavily criticizing your addiction to pussy, but there's so much room, so much progress that could be made for like a finishing school for women on how you girls can get the Geisa. Well, I know none of you would pay for. I know, but there's just so much room for improvement, and we're not talking big dramatic things. It's like shut up about petty shit. Don't bother your man with petty shit. That would be one. Uh, I fear she's compromising on wanting kids to be with me and will just later hate me in the future for it. Oh, so okay, yeah. Kids is an important thing. She wants kids. I mean, that would go in line with all of her neurotic behavior right now. 31, biology's a knocking. She has signs of having an anxious attachment style, I think. You think? I should ask her again, but a solution she gave me for unmet needs was that she would just deal with it. Yeah, but then she doesn't want to be that you don't that no. No, go find other people. Well, I told her that's a non-solution. Oh, so you're a control freak too. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, that's not it. No. You are right. I'm sorry. I misread that. My mistake. I told her that's a non-solution. You're right. Because obviously it is. Come on, you're right. You're right. Let her go. You guys can be great people. That doesn't mean that you got to stick together. Dad, fuel to the fire, help her get a puppy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fucking look, the next time you decide to shoot your dick off, contact me before you pull the trigger. Okay? Just run it back. Hey, I'm thinking about shooting my dick off. What do you think, Cappy? Thinking about getting a puppy. That seems girls like puppies, right? The problem isn't where she's got a puppy or not. The problem is she's a neurotic pain in the ass that doesn't have a core or a soul. Got a soul, I don't know. A few months before this email, I promised I would help raise it, but it will mostly be hers to raise. Holy shit, did this reassure me? I do not want to have it. I do not have it in me to raise kids. All right, good. So getting the puppy did there was a benefit to it. That's good. But she later mentioned possibly wanting to foster kids in the future. Oh, fuck. No. Why do you have these conversations up front? I stayed with her at her place daily to help with this monster of a little puppy, and the tension between us was an all-time high. Oh, so it worsened the situation. Who knew that? A living creature that with responsibility increased tension. And the tension was between us was at an all-time high. Oh yeah, I love having a high stressful work environment. I go home and there's tension. She basically thought I was a lazy slob, didn't care for her, and I just ate all her food and went to work. She was almost always upset. Yeah, she did provide for food more than I could. She works from home, but I used to provide food and dining out all the time before. Okay, so now she's keeping a tally, and it's not a fair tally. Like she doesn't like when you go out to eat or I don't know, you repair the car, that doesn't count. It's only in her. Dude, will you please get rid of this fucking adult neurotic child? For the love of fucking God, man. I should have charged you way more. I just eyeballed it. I'm like, oh, it's one of these again. I'll charge you a little bit extra. I should have charged you $500 for this fucking shit. Classic. My girlfriend's great, but she kicks me in my nuts and then she stripped me of my skin and then she did some sexual deeds with her boss in front of me and then I got the herp from her. But you know, she she's got tasteful art and clothing. She was almost always upset. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. I'm also more of a clean freak than any guy I know. I don't think that I'm that dirty. I felt like I was helping where I could. Fast forward 3 months after the puff, we were trying to get a couples therapy. Go, okay, yeah, sure, if you want to waste your time. Why are you trying to make this shit not work? All right, why are you trying to make this shit that won't work? She says I don't listen to her. I'm not interested in her, and she just needs half the attention of my hobbies and interests. Yeah, fuck that. Fuck this. Fuck it. Dude, you lying sack of shit. You just said she can't wait to do all the hobbies you do. Well, where is she? Why wouldn't she be coming with you on the hobbies? Fuck, man. Like, is it crack-laced pussy? What is it with this shit? This was when it was becoming clear to me that we have completely different needs. Ah, good. It took you 2 years. I need more alone time. She needs more quality time. Every time I reach out about signs of incompatibility, I get more and more textbook examples of our. I research about signs of incompatibility. I get more and more textbook examples of our incompatibility. Why the fuck am I in my late 20s and this is only now becoming a thing I fully understand? I'm going to give you a little bit of forgiveness on this. Young, you don't know everything all the time right off the bat. All right. You learn these things as you go along, but you should have had some serious fucking conversations up front first about, I mean, the whole, she needs to be married to her religion. That should have been day fucking one. That should be on her dating profile. Whether or not you want to have kids, day fucking one. What you want out of a relationship. I only want sex. I want you to go the fuck away afterwards. Day fucking one. No, you wasted your time. You did waste her time too. You got a fucking puppy. I think she and I are both oddly inexperienced with serious relationships, but it seems like everyone else on the planet is too when I look towards others. Yeah, you're in America. Okay. Men and women are, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not mal raised. That's true. Men and women in America have become warped. They have been mal-raised, mal-educated. They are warped creatures as it pertains to courtship and dating that are generally no longer compatible for long-term, serious, committed relationships. And that's, I know that sounds so, oh my God, doomer Cappy, Black Hill Cappy. Do I need to point to the divorce rate again? Do I need to point to the happily married rate again? Look, you Americans, not just you two, I mean, all of you, just admit we're bad at marriage, right? You know, the Kenyans are really good at running. Americans are bad at soccer. You know, the Olympics, every country's got its expertise, right? And its weaknesses. Americans aren't good at soccer. Or maybe we are, but just no one cares or watches. Americans are bad at being thin. The Asians are good at ping pong, right? Asians are bad, I guess, at skiing, maybe, right? And right now, Americans are just really bad at serious committed relationships. We're just bad at it because we're not trained and raised to do that. You got a royal, probably suburbanite princess pain in the ass that doesn't know how to submit or follow. And you're kind of a ballless, not totally, but there's elements of ballless pussiness. But that's every guy. I mean, that was me when I was your age too, where you guys, you got to be assertive on this shit. I know no one trains you, but and you got to figure out first what you want. But there's somewhere in there, there is a lesson about the dynamics of relationships in general that is not, it's not even male female. It's again electricity. You need a positive, negative to have a current. Like it doesn't, there needs to be one leader and one follower. It don't work any other way. But we've gotten rid of that. But I walk away from this shit, man. Now, for why this is so damn hard for me to get unstuck and make me a damn decision about what to do. I'm obviously faced with either figuring out this absolute mess or breaking up. There's nothing to figure out. There's not a mess. You're not compatible. I would also say she's not conducive to any type of relationship. Look, do you keep a car that keeps breaking down and has problems? No, you get rid of it and find another one. It is women's responsibility when they're dating you to make the relationship enjoyable. It's the men's responsibility to do the same, right? It sounds like you're doing all you can, like you're working and you're spending time with her and you bought her a fucking puppy, you're going and cleaning and all that. But then there's more petty, annoying and all that. You're in other words, if you change the oil, schedule maintenance, and the car still breaks down, that ain't the car for you. I'm afraid I can't think very well at all being in the position I am right now because you're addicted to pussy. Pussy. I need outside help. No, you don't. You need to grow a pair of balls and end this. I'm blinded by all these emotional, blunt, burnt out turbulences. You know why you're burnt out with that? Because none of it makes any sense. It's not based in reality. It's really just, and she's not doing this malicious. I believe authentically, like these are the ways she feels, but none of it makes sense. None of it's based in reality. This is why you never why arguing with a woman is exhausting because there's no, I don't even wanna say desire. There's no capacity to get to a logical what's the problem? The problem is X. Well, here's the solution to problem X. It's Y. Okay, cool. 2 weeks later, problem X. What about Y? What happened to Y? I don't know. Okay, sweetheart, since I'm addicted to your pussy, I'll ignore all of fucking reality. Let's try Y squared or Z. At the end of the day, it's not based in reality, logic, and empiricism. It is the total, unanchored to reality, constantly changing emotional whims of women, which, if it's given it's a loving relation, it kind of makes sense. I mean, it's emotions. It's not an accounting ledger, but at the end of the day, it's got to be an accounting ledger. It's got to be based in reality. That's why you're tired because you're actually trying to do tangible things and she's just feeling. I mean, I know that's a real simple judgment, a real simple analysis. But I'm going back and looking like, yeah, it was an have you watch you guys, have you ever apologized for something that wasn't wrong? I'm sorry, sweetheart. I'm sorry I made you feel bad. Fuck that shit. No. And I'm only because I had to work and I had to simply, you don't spend enough time with me. What? Fuck y I should have just right off the bat early on. Oh, yeah? Fuck you. You gonna pay me? You're not? Well, shut the fuck up. And if you need someone else, get the fuck out of here. But you guys all, and you're trying to be nice, so you coddle these girls along the way. So by the time they're in their 30s, you do, well, I feel bad. Well, yeah, you should because I'm poor, you're poor, and we don't get to spend a lot of time together. That's the natural route of things. There's nothing wrong. But that's why you're burnt out. Your solutions aren't working, and they never were going to work because you're trying to mix oil and water, and it ain't going to work. So I might need to take a leap of faith, or maybe someone will illuminate me with the most clear and divine wisdom to save me from the wreckage that I am in. Man, you want that pussy. Damn, I sound like an old fart in a failed marriage already. No, you sound like a zoomer. I don't go over to her place as much anymore these past couple weeks. Work has been super busy, but I look forward to decompressing alone in my peaceful apartment. There's your body telling you something. You prefer to be alone. I don't know what a clearer sign to break up is. You are happier by yourself than with her. I go over to visit her and the puppy a couple or a few times a week. We have always texted each other daily and seems like the best relationship when we are apart and texting. Yeah, you're not meant to be together. She has never once made texting unpleasant. Oh, good. The texting relationship is great. Hanging out with her is a pain in the ass, but texting her is fine. Fuck, fucking hell, man. You are a zoomer. She has never once made texting unpleasant, and now that we are able to see each other less often like this, our relationship seems to be becoming great again. But I can't help but think of the possibility of us living with each other every day and night might test us to crack or divorce. Yeah, dude. And then what? You guys look, and it's fine now. But if you motherfuckers started adopting foster children or actually having your own children, and then you got divorced, fuck you, child abuser. No, fuck you. Fuck you and her. You're both child abusers. If you adopt any kids or have kids and then get divorced because, yeah, which isn't even a word, it's just an emotional expression. Fuck you. Now you're a bad person. You're a horrible person. I don't have kids. For the love of God, don't you bring kids into the world with this woman. And then on top of it, you're gonna get if you were to get married and mom and dad find out you ain't the religion you're supposed to be, oh. How far do you wanna stick your dick in the grinder? Really? How far? Uh, yeah, you when you're apart, you're happier. Wow, wonder if that's something to be told to. The odds do not look to be in our favor when I see divorce statistics. I feel extremely guilty thinking the way I do, and I'm almost certain she wants to be with me too bad. I'm afraid I am becoming her entire life, not part of her life. It doesn't seem healthy. Yeah, you're a thing to her. You are there to entertain her and make her feel all you are to make her happy 100%. It doesn't really seem healthy at all in my eyes for someone to need someone so much to have fuel to the fire. She thinks she has no real friends, really. Yeah, why? Because she probably is a boring person hanging with. I know she always felt alone for a large part of her life. And this by itself bothers me like no other. As arrogant as I may sound saying this, I'm afraid her life might actually ever get any happier if I leave. That's a her problem, not a you problem. Man, you guys take on all the burdens of women. Look at this shit. I'll pay her student loans. I'll make her happy. And I'll have her lose weight. Says, I guess she needs a great partner to be fulfilled. It might force. So she has no core. This isn't a human being. She needs somebody else to fill her and complete her, huh? It might force her energy towards more relationships of all towards our relationship. It bothers me like no other thing. She might hate her life, but because that would be one of the saddest things ever to me, like haunt me forever level of sad. Well, that's too bad that you're so influenced by her. I feel responsible for all this. That's a you problem. And knowing how she's struggling with owning a puppy getting slightly better, I feel even more guilty thinking that this all needs to end with her holding the puppy. I wish so badly I could do all the things to make her super. No, you can't, you dipshit. So I absolutely hate that I probably cannot. Well, it's not a you problem. That's a both. That's a neither of you problem. It's not easy seeing her have unswayed hope that I can. I feel like life showed me this beautiful Bambi creature with sad circumstances. No, she's just hot. And now it's telling me I need to punch Bambi in the face and walk away. Nope, you don't have to punch her in the face. Just let her down gracefully. I scheduled in a therapy session with a guy in a place. My gut tells me he won't bullshit me like most therapists based on my age and physiognomy. I don't know what the fuck that means. I think I may be sending you more consults. Yeah, if I hear from you again and it's the same fucking problem, my fees are going to be astronomical. But you'll be able to afford it so you can afford her a puppy. All right, that's it. I've spoken. Link below, by the way, for you guys. Please go get the book of numbers analyzing the ROI in the pursuit of women. Let's go to the super chats and Cappy got to go vote. Hold what? Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus Christ. Let me, Elon, I know this has happened in the past, but did you type accidentally too many zeros? That's $500. Dear Aaron, thanks for the years of highly quality content. We previously corresponded on email regarding your canceled Japan trip. I sent you some future messages that I hope you'll find the time to reply to. Please say hi to the great one. I shall. I shall. With that kind amount of money, I will buy. And thank you for I believe I remember our correspondences because there's several people talking about Japan. Yeah, let me know if that was a typo. But thank you very much for the 500. Pringle cans with vein, $5. Your life changes drastically when you realize they do it on purpose. See, and that's a scary thing. I don't know if they really do. I don't attribute that much malice to women, let alone anyone. I mean, sometimes people are malicious and evil. I think really, again, nobody corrects them because they want to fuck them. Nothing can hurt Daddy's Little Princess. Then Daddy's Little Princess turns 13. Every guy wants to fuck them. And imagine that you are totally and completely shielded from black and white consequences in reality. So what turns out to be a problem in your life? It's got to be feelings. It's not like, oh dang, I don't know. I gained a bunch of weight and now girls aren't talking to me. Guys have to face that reality. Um, they they are so shielded from an empirical world that I think the only thing that they know is an emotional one, which is why it's all in one. There's no arguing or reasoning. Sweetheart, X, Y, and Z, therefore A, B, and C. And you think she's gonna, oh, A, B, and C. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize A, B, and C. Oh, A, B, and C. I'm terribly sorry. I won't do that again. No. It's just I don't feel. And you guys do not have time to be worrying about how people feel. And ladies, if you want a relationship, you better start getting fucking empirical. Darkwing Duck, let's get dangerous. Ladies, happy stay-at-home wife, let's get empirical. Guys, maybe you don't understand the certain underlying dynamics, but just a rule to follow. There is no arguing. There's reasoned discussion. There's no crying. There is no arguing. What's the problem? Okay. Why? And you're going to find out. I'm trying to remember where there was a real problem, right? Versus just how a girl felt, which I can't reason or negotiate with. It's you guys don't have the especially unless you're wealthy, you do not have the time and resources for that. And ladies, I'm sorry, we don't have time to indulge you in your feelings. We have to carve out a living from the world. We gotta hit the gym. We gotta make someone of ourselves. If you wanna catch a guy, be empirical and make the time he spends with you enjoyable. That's it. That's it. But guys, in the meantime, you don't argue. They're like, "No, we're having a reasonable discussion. What is it?" No, there's no crying. Crying, I'm gonna say it again. Crying is when someone is engaging in a contradictory or hypocritical behavior and gets found out, and reality comes crashing in, right? You didn't study for a test, you get an F, you cry, although that'd be more of a kid, right? You ignore the employability, the employable nature of your worthless horseshit degree. You graduate with you're in a bunch of ton of debt. You start crying because you're in student loan debt. You don't go to the gym, but you're lonely at night, but you can't find a guy because you're fat, and so you cry. Crying, and I would also say, if you'll dare me to say, if there is a guy present crying is a desperate plea to get somebody else to fix your problem or accept lower standards so there's a continued relationship. The guy doesn't go away. You don't do your job, you get fired, you cry. And so you get speeding ticket. Cop pulls you over, you cry. Why? Not because you feel guilty, because you got caught, and now you're trying to maybe not even consciously trying to get the cop to not give you the ticket, trying to moot or defend or prevent reality from the consequences of your choices. I do not tolerate crying in this or any other relationship, and it's a great policy you men should have too. Girls, you too, but you definitely don't tolerate crying from men. They know how to behave at work, but treat you like shit for entertainment. Boy, yeah. Stefan Molyneux pointed that out about his mom. Like, she would treat him like shit. Horrible, abused upbringing. Poor Stefan Molyneux. But if there were cops around, all of a sudden she knew how to behave. You're not wrong. Just Lloyd Czar, Zimbabwean, 35. What's a ZAR? I don't know that one. ZAR to USD. Oh, South African Rand, a nickel per thing. Got my Sage certification today. Your unfiltered message pushed me towards it. Now to finish my accounting degree and write the CA exam. Good for you, Lloyd. Good for you. Pringles can with veins again for $10. Data bipolar girlfriend. And thank you for putting the quotes around that. A lot of people fake that. That fucked me great, but would start arguments when I slept after work. Would stand in front of the door so I couldn't leave. Tiny white girl would bruise if I moved her. It was yeah. That's the same thing with Velcoms. Dude, I dated a bipolar girl. Dude, they're just mean, vile people. The bullshit I have a mental disorder is bullshit. It's an excuse for them to continue to be treating people as evil. You just don't. You indulge them, and then you get the fuck out, and you call the fucking cops. You get a report down like, no, I am the victim. She initiated it. JJJS 279 Canadian. Thoughts on Diddler guest endorsing Cackle Karen? I don't who's Diddler guests? What? I don't know. Burbshide, 5 Australians. Sounds like someone I went out with, except she became difficult with distance and needed hourly updates, always moody and argumentative. Yeah, I don't. Guys, here's another thing for the client, all of you. Are you happy? What about you? I'm not saying a woman is there to serve you and slave away and make you happy. That's not, you're supposed to be happy on your own. You're supposed to have your own shit going on. All right. It is added icing to the cake if you could find someone who also wants to spend time with you and she makes you even happier than you were before. I mean, talk to Coach Greg Adams. He talks about peace and serenity, right? And it's sad. I'm sorry, ladies. The majority of women will lessen your happiness in life. You will be less happy and content with them around. Although I think that's more of the roommate phenomenon than it is anything that's very specifically to do with women. Other people around for long periods of time, just like guests, they annoy you. Now you throw in the emotional horse shit. So you either have a woman in your life, but there's very clear rules, right? Or you don't have a woman in your life. And I had one guy, a friend of mine, him and his woman had separate places and worked great. I think they're still together 25 years later. Uh, Sounds like someone that always in a mood, argumentative. Drew, $5. Do you think there will be a luxury apartment real estate crash? I don't see how this is sustainable with everyone being broke with high rents in the cities. Well, the high rents is due to a shortage of housing because I mean, the short version is we have too many college graduates and not enough carpenters. Ew, because carpenters are gross. We're not going to sleep with them. There, I explained very short. There's your housing crisis. Women won't sleep with carpenters. So I don't think the luxury apartment crash will come. I mean, people need to live somewhere. But, let's just let more immigrants in. I'm sure that will lower prices. Moy Free Lifestyle, $2 for the motorcycle fund. Thank you, Moy. Andrew's Keyboard, 20 generous dollars. Sadly, one thing I've noticed that older men that are divorced living by themselves in OnlyFans are simping for femboy. What? That are divorced or living by themselves in OnlyFans are simping for femboys. It's like it never stops. My friend is a femboy and gets paid big bucks by older fellows. Come on. Wait, like older divorced men are going gay? Never stops. My friend is a femboy and gets paid big bucks by older fellows. Come on, guys. Well, fuck, dude. If the femboy is making money on, who can fault him? Go make the money. I can't fault him. I don't know if older divorced men are turning gay. I don't know. Do what you want. It's not. I mean, it's your money, your life. I hope you're happy. Moy Free Lifestyle, $5 again. Going to email you ASAP. Just bought a new bike. Would love your advice on recouping that money via YouTube. We'll email you my latest Tuesday. You rock. Thank you, Moy. Ken Rose says hello for $2. Hello, Ken. Judd Grover, $5. Had the displeasure of talking to a company client yesterday for 45 minutes from St. Cloud. 85, almost deaf and bad with tech. You have empathy. You have my empathy, Cappy. Well, I think that's just she's old. I don't know what you do, Judd. Like finance or so. I can imagine it's uh I mean, you got okay at 85. You got to come a little slack, right? And biscuit, $2, dude. Just jack off. Yeah, I biscuit. Oh God, I got more business. I got more book ideas. I got more books than I got life expectancy. Oh God, you just gave me an idea, biscuit. You just gave me an idea. All right, there you go. Questions, answers, asshole consultant. Link below the book of numbers. Analyze the RI in the pursuit of women. Ladies, if you want some consultations on how to make your relationships better, I got an idea. Toodles.